welcome back. Today is Wednesday, May 21st. I have your three best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. It is day 31 of the NBA playoffs. It is game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. One of these two teams is going to win an NBA championship. Pacers, first time ever. First time since 1972. For the Knicks, battle of the point guards, Halliburton versus Jalen Brunson, Miles Turner versus Karl-Anthony Towns. This game is going to be incredible. Naismith versus OG Anunoby. We got two teams that just love to push the pace of the ball. This game is going to be a ton of fun on TNT today at 7 o'clock, 30 minutes earlier than yesterday's game in the Western Conference. Pacers going into New York, 224 over-under. This over-under opened at 222. Now it's at 224, so it's creeping up with the over-under. And the Knicks, 4.5 point favorites. I think it opened up at 4. Now it's at 4.5 for this game one. I think this game is going to be like last night's game. I think this game is going to be a lot of pushing the pace. This game is going to be an over game. A lot of points, a lot of fun. Both these teams run and gun when the ball is in their hands. Both teams are great in transition offense. This game is going to be a ton of fun. The series last year was incredible until the Knicks injuries all caught up with them. But this year, the Knicks are healthy in this matchup. This series is going to be a ton of fun. The Jalen Brunson and the Halliburton, just both of them going at it. And Halliburton's such a great, he's okay being a bad guy in the situation. So I cannot wait for this matchup. If I'm going to pick a team, I do think the Knicks are going to win tonight. I think the Knicks are going to cover here tonight as well. 4.5, I think the over is going to hit. This game's going to be a lot of pushing the pace, but watch me say that, and the Pacers are going to do what the Pacers have been doing and just stay steady. They are consistent as consistent can be. They just jab you all game. Jab, 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 and then you're a little too tired, and then they keep jabbing you late in the game, and then Tyrese Halliburton hits some crazy shots late. So that it's going to be fun. Both teams have star players that like to take the last shot, so I cannot wait for this matchup here tonight. We got 3 plays in this game one here tonight, and before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap game one of the Western Conference Finals and yesterday in the NBA, and I'm going 3-0 in best bets. Man, it feels fucking good to say that. I cannot lie. After last week's blunder of a few bad days in a row, Sunday's game 7 of 0-3, we bounced back in a massive way here. We kind of got lucky on a few things, starting off with Anthony Edwards. Late rebound in that game, late rebound, right before he got subbed out, grabbed the last rebound to cash his over. So thank you, Anthony Edwards, for that one. Julius Randle, incredible first half, and then a lackluster second half. That's going to be interesting. I might fade away on that next game just because, like I said, that he was on fire from 3. He was hitting every single 3 to start off the game. I think he started off 3 for 5 to start off the game. He was incredible shooting the ball early on, and then the second half, he really didn't do much. The rebounds were there. Overall, he had an incredible game overall, but that first half, chef's kiss from Julius Randle. And then Jalen Williams, he had an incredible game rebounding-wise and the assists. I think this one cashed in the third quarter, so we had a first half cash, we had a third quarter cash, and we had a late shot clock cash for that game. But game one, OKC looked incredible overall. That defense was swarming. Minnesota, just seems like Minnesota just doesn't have that other player. Even though Julius Randle did step up, it doesn't seem like they have that other player on offense that they can give the ball to, if that makes sense. Randle, they can give the ball in the half court, but Anthony Edwards just looked exhausted that whole game, getting hounded. Yeah, they have Mike Conley, but no one's really afraid of Mike Conley overall. But Wolves, they need to do something. They need those young point guards that they drafted last year in the draft to step up in one of these games, but I doubt they'll get any run in this one. But interesting game one overall. I'm excited to see how the Wolves bounce back in game two. Maybe Anthony Edwards doesn't fall out with another ankle injury halfway through the second quarter. Interested to see how he plays going forward. I got 3 brand new plays here today. That was yesterday. Today's a new day. Let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, we took this guy's over a few times. We kind of laid off of it because last series he was kind of hitting the unders in a few straight of them, but I'm back at it now. Josh Hart, you have a great history against the Pacers this season. I think today is a great game for you overall. So give me Josh Hart to go over 21.5 points, rebounds, coming in -120 on FanDuel. This one's weird. FanDuel has this at 21.5, like I said, -120, where DraftKings has jumped this number up to 22.5. So definitely shop around on the different books here, but Josh Hart, very consistent. 6 for his last 10 games, averaging 22.3 points, rebounds. 3 for his last 3 against Indiana this season. Those are for this season overall. Last 3 games against Indiana this year, 30, 26, and 40 in the most recent matchup overall. 50% hit rate these playoffs, averaging 21.7 points, rebounds overall. Last year in the playoffs against the Knicks, he did get injured as the series went on, but last series he went over 3 for his last 4 in that series, averaging 29.5 points, rebounds, having 37, 34, 29, and 18 points, rebounds in the 4 games he did play in that series. At home this season, 57% hit rate at home, averaging 22.8 points, rebounds. Very consistent at home than he is on the road. Had 10 plus rebounds in every single game against the Pacers this season. So a little double action for plus money. I think that's another great play here today, but I'm sticking with the points, rebounds, just in case this game. Why I love this so much is this game is going to be pushing the pace. Like I said, over under 224, opened up at 222, now at 224. And Josh Hart is the perfect player for these kind of games. He grabs those rebounds for the team, he pushes the pace, and he gets open. He always finds this open space. Pacers are going to do a great job on covering Jalen Brunson. I think Jalen Brunson is going to have hell. He's going to have the TJ McConnell treatment. He's going to have the Naismith treatment, the full court pressure. I think this is going to be a great opportunity for Josh Hart to do those cuts that he loves to do and hit some easy layups, because I'm not afraid of this Pacers team inside the paint. I'm afraid of the Pacers out in the perimeter, but not inside the paint. I think Josh Hart's going to have plenty of opportunities to drive and hit some tough layups in this game. 10 plus rebounds in each game. I have him projected at 24 points, rebounds in this matchup. 3 for his last 3 against Indiana this season, averaging 32 points, rebounds. 6 for his last 10 overall. I think Josh Hart's going to have another great game here at home. So going to be Josh Hart to go over 21.5 points, rebounds, coming in minus 120 on FanDuel. Jump into my second play on the other side of the ball here. This man has had some great playoff moments overall. I've been a little nervous on taking his over, but this number dropped down by a half point as I was recording, so I'm going to take advantage of this half-point discount here, and that's Andrew Nembhard. I think Andrew Nembhard for this Pacers team has stepped it up big in this playoff run so far. I think he continues that in this series here today. So give me Andrew Nembhard to go over 11.5 points, coming in minus 130 on FanDuel. He's got a 70% hit rate these playoffs, averaging 14.6 points per game. Love the consistency overall. Only 1 for his last 3 against the Knicks this season. Him scoring 20 points in that first game. And then he scored 2 and 8 in the most 2 recent matchups against them overall. So that's why the number for his average points looks a little higher, 11. But very up and down overall. Only over 3 for his last 7 against the Knicks last playoffs, averaging 12.3 points per game. But why I love it this year around overall is because, like we've been saying, he's been balling out on the road these playoffs. 80% hit rate on the road these playoffs, averaging 16 points per game. Going over 4 for the last 5, averaging, scoring 13 plus points in all 4 of his overs. So super consistent, 80% hit rate on the road this year, averaging 16 points per game. Game 1 against the Bucks had 17. Game 1 against Cleveland had 23. And Game 1 here tonight, I have it projected at 14 plus points in this game overall, averaging 32 minutes played per game on this Pacers team with 11 field goal attempts per game. The last 2 games against the Knicks, it seemed like the Pacers has shortened up their rotation overall. Andrew Nembhard getting the green light in both of those games with 35 plus minutes and back-to-back games. They trust him on offense. 57% hit rate this year when he plays 32 minutes in a game. Going over 4 for his last 6 against the Knicks when he plays 32 minutes in a game, averaging 14.3. So super consistent even against the Knicks when he gets above 32 minutes played per game. 70% hit rate these playoffs, averaging 14.6. Super consistent on the road. 80% hit rate on the road. Projected 14 plus points. I think Andrew Nembhard's going to have a great game. So give me Andrew Nembhard to go over 11.5 points, coming in minus 130 on FanDuel. I'll jump into my third and final play of the day. Going back to the Knicks side of the ball here. This man had dominated the Pacers this year, going over 2 for his last 3, And like I said earlier, I think Jalen Brunson's going to have a hard day here. He's going to get the Naismith and the TJ McConnell pick you up full court treatment. He's going to have to work hard for all of his buckets. And I think Bodega Cat is going to have a great opportunity to go off like he has been against this Pacers team. So give me Karl-Anthony Towns to go over 22.5 points, coming in minus 120. No, minus 112 on FanDuel. So over 22.5 minus 112 on FanDuel. Yeah, I'm saying it again for you guys. Over 1 for his last 5, averaging 21 points per game. Super consistent in these last 5 games. 21, 21, 23, 19, and 21 points in the last 5. But those 5 games were against Boston. Boston has great interior defense, and now he's playing a Pacers team that I'm not that worried about them inside the paint. It's just Miles Turner for this Pacers team. And outside of that, I'm not really afraid of anyone else that Cat will have to guard. Only a 33% hit rate these playoffs, averaging 19.8 points per game. But against the Pacers this year, 2 for his last 3. And in those 3 games, he scored 21, 30, and 40 points in the 3 games he played against the Pacers this year. So love that. He was dominant against them all year. 56% hit rate at home this year, averaging 23.4 points per game. Averaging 35 minutes played per game overall. 65% hit rate when he plays 35 minutes in a game this season. I love that consistency. Like I said, 65% hit rate when he averages 35 minutes played per game. And in these playoffs, he's averaging 35 minutes played per game. So love that overall. I think Brunson, like I said, will get the TJ McConnell annoying business. He'll get the Naismith guarding him full court. Leaving Karl-Anthony Towns, I think he's going to have a great game. They struggled to defend him with the interior and the outerior shooting overall. And the series that the Pacers have played, they haven't really played anyone that could do both of these outside of Evan Mobley, and he was injured for the majority of the playoffs. I think today is going to be a difference maker in this matchup. He is different. They didn't have him last year in the playoffs, and each game was great. I think they're going to use him a lot in today's matchup here, so I think Karl-Anthony Towns is set up for success. He's projected 24 points in my projection, so just right on the over side in this game. They'll need Bodega Cat to step up in a big way here today, so give me Big Purr to go over 22.5 points, coming in minus 112 on FanDuel. And those are my 3 best bets for you in the NBA today. Let me know down below what's your favorite play for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. My 3 plays are Karl-Anthony Towns over 22.5, Andrew Nembhard over 11.5 points, and then Josh Hart over 21.5 points rebounds. Let me know down below what's your favorite play. Would love to tell you guys in the comments section, or let me know down below who you got winning here tonight. Do you think this game's going to be an over matchup? Do you think the Pacers are going to continue to shock the world and shock everyone in all these games, or will the Knicks, this crowd will go crazy? I'm excited to see how this one goes here tonight. This is going to be a dogfight. This game's going to be close. This game's going to hit the over, and I think the Knicks are going to pull it out in this matchup. Brand new day. Would love to go 3-0 on today's slate of games. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one. And definitely, if you're curious, hand up. I messed up on yesterday's video. I took away 10 wins, so if you're like, wow, he gained 10 more wins and his record here today, I messed up. I deleted the graphic and I had to make the new one, and I took away 10 wins when I had 10 more wins. So that's my current record over there. As always, make sure to check my Twitter out for updated information every single day. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Again, keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.